How many of y'all want more listings? Yeah. More listings, right? That's what this class is all about, and I've actually dedicated myself to, because I do most of my training now on the internet. I do most of my training on YouTube and online. So I said, you know, I have to get out of my little cubby hole. By the way, I'm an introvert. Anybody ever seen me on YouTube? Have y'all seen me on YouTube? Some of you guys have seen? You gotta subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys, because I'm trying to get more subscribers. That's the only reason. No, but seriously, I am an introvert by birth or by personality profile, if you will. Just like Will Gilliam's an introvert. Yeah. There might be some any other introverts in it? Don't admit it. No, but that's just the way we are, right? That's how we were raised and so on. And I got into doing video several years ago when a guy challenged me at an event like this to start doing more videos. So one of the big reasons couple reasons that I do these is, number one, it gives me I'm gonna have 2 hours of video footage from my video guy and just to share out there for free to help people, just like you guys, to get more listings. And number two, I want to pay it back, pay it forward, give back. You guys have shared a lot with me over the years. Show of hands if anybody that's done a deal with me over the years. Anybody done a deal with me over the years? Okay, there she is. What's up, Mary? Come on in. We got some seats. Raise your hand if there's an empty seat next to you. Okay. We have a few seats. What's up, Mary? You can teach this class, girl.
Oh, man, no. He's amazing. I was like, I don't want to miss this.
So these are the techniques that I've used to take over 1,000 listings my first 10 years in the business. So it's all about getting more listings. So just a little bit about me. So 96% of my focus in my career has been on listings. Okay, I took over 1,000 listings my first 10 years in the business, and I'm now dedicated more to paying it forward. Okay, so I still do have the Knolly team and everything like that, but my real why, my real purpose on the earth now is to pay it forward and share it. So how many of y'all like to pay it forward? By the way, so it feels good, doesn't it? Now, not everybody is at the place where they can pay it forward. Okay, I just want to say that, and it's okay. Okay, there's no shame in that. We got to get our money first, right before we feed everybody else. It's just like on the airplane. They say put the mask on you first before you assist others, right? So we do have to get to that point where we need to be first before God will endow us, if you will, to help others. But we all are on the trajectory to pay it forward and help. I like to do this. I like to teach, train, coach. The reason I like to do it is because it's what God put me on earth to do. It's what I was wired to do, what I was created to do. It's a passion. And so I travel all across the country. This is Connecticut. This is like New England. This is one I did in Houston area. That was right here in Austin, actually. And then this one was Stamford, Connecticut. It's just all over. I went to over 70 cities in a 3-year period. And that really wears on you. Anybody ever been on tour? We got anybody that's been on tour? Artemis has been on tour. That's hard work. For a little guy like me carrying these big cases through the airport. So I want to talk about the paycheck that you'll never spend. There are a lot of different kinds of payments that we receive in our life, but there is one payment that I found that you'll never be able to spend. Anybody know what that is? All right, let me share it with you. By the way, there's no wrong answers in my class, so don't feel timid, like you just blurt it out if you have because I won't call on you, but I'll ask questions, and I expect feedback. That lets me know you're tracking with me, right? The paycheck that you'll never spend. So I was at a convention. This guy walks up to me. He says, "Man, are you Knolly Williams?" And I'm in the coffee line. Okay, this is years ago. I was in the coffee line, and you know that coffee line is really long at the conventions. These long conventions. I'm like, man, where's the VIP line up here? Don't they know who I am? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no VIP. You know, you get to the back of the line, boy. So I'm in the back of the line. The guy says, "Are you Knolly Williams?" He comes up like that. I said, I'm looking around. I'm like, ain't too many black cowboys up in here. I said, yeah. I'm Knolly Williams. And we shook hands. I said, do I know you? Have we met? You know, because you meet people if you travel and stuff like that. He said, Knolly, I've never met you, but I want to share with you what you've done for my family. And I said, well, what did I do for your family? He says, I was down to my last listing. And he started coaching with me. It was Tony DeCello and I were doing some coaching stuff way back in the day. Tony used to be one of the top guys at Mike Ferry Coaching, and then he went to Keller Williams and stuff. And so Anyway, he saw some training that we did, and it changed his life in such a way that he took 60 listings over the next year. And he said, what you have been able to do for me is you helped me put food on the table for my family. He said, I was on the way out of the business. And basically his family was telling him, go get a real job. Go get a real job. Leave that real estate stuff alone. What are you trying to do real estate? Go get a real job. And, so that, I call it the paycheck that you'll never see. You know, I have people that fly me out, they'll pay me $5,000, $5,000 to run my mouth for 1 hour, okay? Which is easy for me to do. Y'all gotta keep me on track, by the way.